Hi, I'm Matthew Halleck. Welcome to The Voice, the Ad House. The Barnum Wall. My hero, P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum is the George Washington of advertising. He is the founder of modern advertising principles. An amazing, amazing guy, self-made millionaire, from here in Connecticut actually. He was born in Bethel, he was mayor of Bridgeport. People remember Barnum for the circus, but he actually did that very late in life, in his 60s. He made his own money right up in here, and in New York he started by buying this place called the American Museum. It was a cultural curiosities filled to the brim, like tens of thousands of everything and anything, and in New York City. And he would promote it and do all sorts of innovative things, everything from like hiring a band on the roof, you know, to play music and draw attention, to signs that said "this way to the egress," because people wouldn't realize that the egress meant the exit. This was it. Barnum's American Museum, Christmas and New Year holiday bill. Here's what they had: the living whale, a hippopotamus, 200 educated white rats, the aquarial garden, the living happy family. Ha! I'd like to see that one. He's associated with the expression, "there's a sucker born every minute." That's not true. He actually, he never said it, and he appreciated his customers a lot. He really felt like he developed long-term customer relationships and give them more than their money's worth. Typical ad of the mid-1800s in America, cramming in as much copy as you can, the headlines like larger like this with the smaller type, the use of spot visuals here. Very much. So this, he actually had a wife and a kid. He mortgaged his house and raised as much money as he could to buy this place, which is a risk, right? He was a success at first. Before he was a success, he was a risk. He took a risk, he bet upon himself, and he borrowed a lot of money. He opened up this American Museum. It made a ton of money. It was hugely successful. It made him famous before his time.
In New York?
In New York City. Well, let me show you some of the other ones that Barnum did. This is Jenny Lind. Jenny Lind here, this is her arriving in America. Have you ever heard of Jenny Lind?
No.
Most people had not either. She was called the Swedish Nightingale. She was from Sweden. She sang for royalty all over Europe. She was this dainty little woman with the voice of an angel. And the biggest thing that Europe said, Barnum spends a fortune to bring her to America to have an American concert tour. He's on the train going back to New York City from Baltimore, Maryland, and he tells the conductor, "Oh, I paid all this money, I'm going to have Jenny Lind come to America and sing. I can't wait." You know what the conductor says? "Who's Jenny Lind?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my God, nobody here knows of her." So he invented this advanced marketing buzz, word of mouth campaign to generate excitement.
Yeah.
So by the time she arrived, a month later, there were thousands of people thronging the streets. He arranged for actors to bid for tickets for her opening number performance, where they would drive up the price and create the fervor. So he went from a nobody ever hearing of her in a month to thousands of people lining the docks of New York City. She started this huge tour. She went all across America with Barnum as her partner. They made a lot of money. He would go from city to city, and ahead of the concert with trains. This was the infancy of trains, to do advanced marketing and to build up again that fervor for when she came into town. So he was one of the first to do advanced marketing to realize the power of that. He invented the loss leader, which is used today by supermarkets, where they lose money, or McDonald's, right? McDonald's has the 99-cent menu, right? They don't make any money if you go to McDonald's and you buy the soft ice cream for 99 cents. Because rarely do you just buy that. You're like, "Oh, I'll have the Big Mac. Maybe I'll get the meal. Supersize me." Before you know it, for 99 cents, you spent $9, right? That's the loss leader, right? You're going to lose money on that one thing to come in the store, but you're going to make money in the long run. Supermarkets, everybody does it now, right? You can milk, 99 cents for a gallon of milk. Of course, they lose money on that if you just bought a gallon of milk and left. But nobody does that, right?
Right.
Barnum in New York City started a Wild West show across the Hudson River in New Jersey. Free admission. Anybody could come for free for tickets. Because he knew you had to pay for the ferry, which he made money, going back and forth across the Hudson River. And you buy souvenirs and food, probably beer, at the Wild West show in New Jersey. And then you come back home again. Free ticket, but you're going to spend a ton of money, and you're going to feel like you got something, because you got it for free. The most powerful headline ever written in advertising is free. The magical, compelling quality to it to draw people in. I've seen people line up in the hot sun at the Big E in Springfield, Massachusetts for a stupid little CMT country music television wooden chip. Nothing. It was worth like not even the Buffalo nickel that was printed on it. And they stood for an hour. It was free. Best word, use it liberally, often, powerfully. Best word, best headline ever written in advertising. The second best is 2 words, 50% off. Greatest word. So Barnum invented, that whole sort of advanced buzzer using full color. This was the infancy of printing, where you could start using full color, CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, to make the mix of color. Before it was either just all black and white, like these newspapers.
Why don't we offer clients a free
or it
vision?
became, and then it started becoming like 2-color. I don't think I have any examples of 2-color. Usually red, black and red. Then it became 4-color. So he was the first to invent and to look at the 4-color. Barnum recognized the power of the celebrity and using the head. Today, what you see with the Kardashians, or Paris Hilton before that, or Madonna before that, using yourself as the brand and promoting that. People love that. Donald Trump, for all his foibles, has recognized that, right? You put yourself out there. If you have the cojones and you promote yourself as the brand, people will respond to it. So he had his head in there, invented that, and recognized that. Jumbo the elephant brought it to America, promoted it, had it up here in Bridgeport, had him pulling trains and doing. Actually, he died getting hit by a train here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And here, the hippodrome that he had here with Jumbo, they had a statue of Jumbo. I think he was dead by this point. They had the the stuffing of him. They had the horses. They would run around, in these hippodrome, like the big sort of cyclorama like they have for bicycles now. It was almost like an indoor circus, and they would do all sorts of hoops and ladders and horses and charioteers and you name it at the old hippodrome.
That's amazing.
Here he is when I was talking about the American Museum earlier and what he did to drive traffic. He put not only musicians on the roof, he put the worst ones he could find to drive people into the museum. So he hired lousy musicians. People would go into the museum to get away from him.
Right.
It's great. Look over here. Nice. Look at this great layout here. Gargantua, the world's most terrifying living creature. The size of him, the color, the headline. Now this is later when we talked about the circus. He teamed up with Bailey and the Ringling Brothers and brought the circus. It was a huge success with the circus. But he was in his 60s by the time he'd done this. He had already made millions, lost millions, and then remade millions by going on a book tour of Europe entitled How I Made My Millions.
But he was broke.
Yep, and he remade his millions.
That's amazing.
Amazing guy. So that's why I have nothing but respect for Barnum, a man well ahead of his time. Like I said, the George Washington of advertising. Amazing examples, amazing self-made man, smart, always thinking, always promoting. And we here at the Ad House and The Voice for our clients and everybody in the craft and business of advertising and marketing are standing on the shoulders of a lot of the concepts and techniques that Barnum developed.